Hello and welcome to Excel Tutorials. In today's tutorial, we will learn how to sum a group of numbers quickly and efficiently in Excel. This tutorial will provide alternate methods of summing data in Excel so that you could decide the best method for your application. We will demonstrate the use of these methods using a simple budget spreadsheet. In this spreadsheet, I need to compute my total expenses for each month: January, February, March, and April. There are a few ways to total my expenses for each month. One way would be to add each line item independently. First, I would select the cell where I want my totals to reside. I'll select the equal sign, and then I will add each line item individually. Now, depending on the amount of line items in your spreadsheet, this method can be extremely tedious and is prone to errors because I could easily miss a line item in my total. Okay, so my total expenses for January is $2,269. Now, there's another way to compute totals in Excel. We could use Excel's built-in sum function. That sum function can be found on the Formulas tab underneath the Auto Sum menu. Okay, so first I would select a cell where I want my totals to reside, and then I would go to the Auto Sum menu and select Sum. As you can see, Excel has inserted the sum formula along with the range. Okay? And if this is the range that you want to be included in your totals, all you have to do is select the Enter key. And as you can see, we received 2,269, which is the same total as January, which is correct. One thing to note is that the sum formula only works on continuous ranges. I will demonstrate this when I compute the totals for March. So let's try that again. So to compute my totals, I could use the Auto Sum, the sum formula. I would go to the Auto Sum menu, select Sum, and as you can see, Excel inserted the sum formula along with the default range. Now, as I mentioned before, the sum formula only works on continuous ranges. In column D does not have a continuous range because there is a blank at cell D8. Cell D8 is empty. So all you have to do is override that default range to specify the range that you want to be included. I would prefer cell D3 to D15, and then I will select the Enter key. Okay. Another way to sum my totals would be to use Excel's shortcut command. In the shortcut command, you would select the alternate key and the plus equal key on your keyboard. You would select those two keys, the alternate key followed by the plus equal key. You would hold down the alternate key and then select the plus equal key on your keyboard. So let's do that for the month of April. So I would select the alternate key followed by the plus equal sign. And as you can see, Excel automatically entered the sum formula along with the range because this is a continuous range. So I will just select the Enter key. Okay. Now, the sum formula really is a robust formula, and I will show you why. For the month of January, we decided to enter each line item individually. We decided to sum them individually. Now, let's say that we wanted to modify our budget. Okay, let's say we wanted to delete the phone line item from the cell. So we'll select the cell and delete. As you can see, the month of January now has an invalid value. That is because that that's because that range has now been deleted out of the data set. Okay, but as you can see, the month where I use the sum formula, the formula automatically adjusted to accommodate for that the removal of that line item. I'm going to do a Control Z. How do you do Control Z? Oh, here we go. Okay, to revert back to my previous data set. Okay. Also, another advantage of using the sum formula is that, let's say, for instance, for the month of January, instead of entering a number, let's say for the month of January, I didn't have a cable bill. Let's say I would enter NA for not applicable. As you can see, now I have an invalid value. That is because my formula is expecting for cell B4 to have a number and not a text. Okay? So because a text is inside of cell B4, the calculated value is now invalid. Whereas for the formulas where I use the sum function, if I entered NA, the totals would automatically adjust. That is because the sum function does not, the sum function disregards all text. It would only sum numbers in the cells. Okay, so that's another advantage of using the sum function as opposed to adding each cell value individually. So that concludes our demonstration on using the sum function in Excel. If you like what you've heard, please comment and subscribe. Thank you.